Every morning I brewed 2 cups of coffee, one for me, one for Adam. Even when he was miles away, even when I knew he wouldn't come home for weeks, it became my ritual, a small way to feel his presence in our silent kitchen. My name is Natasha. For 7 years, I was the loyal wife of a truck driver, a woman who waited, who believed. Adam traveled across states, delivering goods, sometimes gone for a week, often for a month, rarely home, but always with promises of a better life, of stability, of children someday. He said he did it for us, to build our future, to save for a dream house with a porch and a garden. I never questioned him. I trusted him, completely. I kept the house warm, the fridge full, my heart open, and every time he came home, even for a few days, I made those days count. I made him feel loved, cherished, because I thought that was enough. But love, no matter how pure, cannot fill the cracks of betrayal that form in silence. In the first few years, he would call every night, share stories of long highways, of diners with terrible coffee, of the old songs he played on repeat. Sometimes he sent postcards, cheap little souvenirs from towns I had never visited. I kept them all in a box under the bed, proof that even far away, he was thinking of me. But slowly, things changed. Calls became shorter. He often blamed bad reception, late deliveries, exhaustion. I excused it all. I trusted his word, because love creates illusions, and I was deeply inside one. I remember once, I saw a pink baby sock under the passenger seat of his truck. He laughed it off, said it belonged to a co-worker's daughter. I smiled and believed him, because lies are easy to believe when wrapped in affection. But deep down, a quiet voice began to whisper, a voice I silenced again and again, until it screamed. It was a cloudy Tuesday. I was cleaning the living room. My phone rang, a number I didn't know. I almost ignored it, but something told me to pick up. The voice was soft, female, came. She introduced herself as Mai, and asked if I knew Adam. My heart clenched. I said he was my husband. She paused, then said, "That's strange. He's mine too." Her words hit like a slap. I asked her to explain. She said she had been with Adam for over 3 years. They lived together. They had a child, a son named Kai. I dropped the phone. When I picked it up again, she sent me photos. Adam holding a toddler, smiling wide, standing in front of a cozy-looking house, wearing the watch I gave him. The boy looked like him, same eyes, same crooked smile. The betrayal was undeniable. The truth suffocated me. My chest tightened. My body trembled. Tears fell. I did not scream. I just sat there, in stillness, as everything I believed in shattered. That night, I packed a suitcase. I didn't tell him where I was going. I left my wedding ring on the table. I moved in with my sister. Her apartment was small, but she gave me space. She didn't ask questions. She let me sleep, cry, breathe. For the first few days, I barely spoke. I barely ate. Then one day, I stood in front of the mirror, and I didn't recognize myself. I looked tired, older, worn, and I hated that. I decided to take back my life. I signed up for a painting class. I started jogging in the morning. I cooked for myself, not waiting for someone else to come home. And slowly, I started to heal. The pain didn't go away, but it became manageable, like a wound learning to scar. Adam didn't give up. He called, texted, left voicemails. He said he was sorry, that he never wanted to hurt me, that Mai had left him. She met someone new, took Kai, moved away. Now he was alone, and he realized I was the only one who ever truly loved him. I ignored him. At first, then I listened. His voice trembled. He sounded broken, but broken people break others too. He came to my work, brought flowers, apologized in front of my co-workers, said he had started therapy, that he wanted to become a better man. I looked at him. For the first time in months, I really looked. He looked smaller, not physically, but emotionally. A man who had been stripped of everything. I didn't say anything. I just walked away. But deep inside, a question started forming. Can people truly change? I joined a support group, women with stories like mine, some worse, some just as cruel. We sat in a circle. We talked. We cried. We encouraged. I met women who stayed, women who left, women who forgave, women who never could. Each story gave me strength. We weren't weak. We were survivors. One woman said, "Rebuilding isn't just about starting over. It's about believing you deserve more." I started to believe it. I wasn't the same Natasha. I wasn't just a wife. I was a woman with purpose, with dreams, with the strength to make hard choices. And that strength led me to face Adam once again, not with fear, not with hate, but with clarity. Adam invited me for dinner. He said no pressure, just food, just to talk. I agreed, out of curiosity, not forgiveness. The house looked different. He had cleaned, painted the walls, changed the furniture. He cooked my favorite meal, spaghetti with garlic bread. We sat across the table. He didn't talk much. He just looked at me, like he was afraid I'd vanish again. I asked him, "Why did you come back?" He said, "Because I lost everything." And then I realized, I had already lost you long before. He said he was willing to wait, to rebuild, to prove himself. It wasn't a grand gesture. It was quiet, steady, different, something I didn't expect. And for the first time, I felt something other than pain when I looked at him. We started meeting weekly, walks in the park, coffee at a quiet place. No pressure, no expectations, just conversation. We talked about the past, about where it all went wrong. He admitted his faults. He never blamed me. He said he wanted everything, but didn't know how to handle it. He said he was learning, going to therapy, reading books on healing. I listened, not because I owed him, but because I needed closure. And the more we talked, the more I realized that people can grow, not all, but some. We didn't rush back into marriage. We didn't talk about moving in. It was slow, deliberate, honest. And that honesty was more valuable than any bouquet or apology. Spring arrived. With it came new beginnings. We sat on the old porch, watching birds build nests in the trees. He turned to me and asked, "Do you think there's hope for us? Not the old us, but something new, something better." I didn't answer right away. I thought of all the pain, all the nights I spent alone, all the dreams I buried. But I also thought of my own growth, my resilience, and I realized maybe the greatest revenge is healing and showing the one who broke you that you are whole again. So I looked at him and I said, "Let's not rush. Let's rebuild from the ground, together, not for the past, but for the future." And in that moment, we didn't fix everything, but we took the first step, together. Final dialogue. Adam, I hurt you more than I ever thought possible. But I want to spend every day trying to make it right. Natasha. Then walk with me, not ahead, not behind, but beside me. Because this time, I am no longer a woman waiting. I am a woman choosing, and I choose peace.